Welcome to Propbox's third video demo. As a quick overview, Future Gadget Laboratories is creating a living prop and costume catalog for the University of Alabama at Huntsville's theater department. The web application will allow users to add, edit, look up, and track items in the theater department's inventory. For this sprint, the team planned to perform some basic code cleanup, finish the QR code implementation where users can create and scan barcodes for check-in, add the favicon to the site, create the lists feature which allows users to save a subset of items for future reference, implement item duplication, add a new search feature that accounts for item color, clean up our image management system by switching to a different storage format and letting users add multiple images to items, and polish the user interface's look. The team ultimately completed most of the items that were planned to be finished. The image management cleanup was not completed this sprint, as the transition is appearing to be more difficult than expected. Also, while the user interface polishing process was technically completed during this sprint, the team still wants to continue polishing the user interface despite being in a deliverable state. Now, we will demonstrate what we have completed during this sprint. Bob Kane, a user on Propbox's site, is adding more items to the department's inventory. First, he logs into the site to be greeted with a gorgeous, colorful, new user interface and a cute favicon on the main page. He has a lot of black capes that he wants to add to stock and doesn't like the idea of typing them in multiple times. He also wants to add in a bunch of masks. First, he fills out the add item form to his liking for the capes, selects how many he wants to create, then selects that he wishes to add more items instead of being taken back to the main screen, and submits the form. Bob then proceeds to do the same process for the masks, this time selecting that he wishes to return to the main screen upon submission. One of the masks Bob is adding is orange. Rather than filling in all of the information again on the Add Items page, Bob instead selects a mask, selects the duplicate button, changes the color to his liking, and then submits the form. Now, all of his items are added to the theater's inventory. For the final touch, Bob needs to print these barcodes out and put them on the items he created. To do so, he selects each item's details, selects Print QR Code, and prints out the code to be placed on the corresponding item. Meanwhile, Willie Shakes, an administrator on Propbox's site, has come up with a brilliant new play called Emperor Lear and wants to start planning which props and costumes he wants to use in the production. First, he logs into the site. He creates a new list called Emperor Lear by navigating to his list page. He decides to make it private since he is still working on his play's script. He searches through the list of items that he likes, specifically items that are red and yellow, and saves them to a new list by selecting the corresponding checkbox associated with the item. Now, whenever he wants to see the list of items he wants to use for his new production, he can select the list and then immediately see all of the items he previously saved in that list. Note that he can also add or remove more items to and from the list whenever he wants. Willie Shakes also found an interesting item in the inventory today that he wants to check out for the play. Rather than searching for it, he selects the Checkout button on the navigation bar, scans his QR code, gives a reason to check the item out, then submits the form to officially check out the item. Note that the check-in process is very similar to the checkout process. Thank you for watching Future Gadget Laboratories application update.